Hello everyone, it's Yvonne back to do your bonus read. My camera bugged out again on me. I really do intend getting something done about this year. I'm not really sure whether it's something to do with YouTube or whether it's to do with my setup, but it just has a habit of doing it every now and again and I have to go and sort it all out. But so before I go any further, because I'm so impressed sometimes how Spirit manages to allow me to pick the right cards for the reading, we did pick out the perfect storm, which is the courage to step into life, and I feel like that was what the reading was totally about. But the other card that I didn't get a chance to look at here were the eyes of the eagle and rising above the fray. So if you resonated with the what's cracking reading, to me that says you are really doing the right thing by doing what you're doing, whatever it is for you. The changes you're making, the energy you're bringing in here is the right energy. All right, so let's get in with your bonus read. I'm going to use the Millennium Thoth Tarot. If you're wondering what deck it is, beautiful deck, beautiful deck. I think most decks are, but I sort of go through these phases where I'll have the more sort of fancier decks and then I'll sort of have that energy of wanting to go back to the real basic stuff. So, yeah. I love the Rider-Waite, it still remains my absolute favourite, but I still love all the fancier cards, they're stunning. Okie dokie. Seven of Swords jumping out of the deck there. Now the Seven of Swords is a card that talks about trying to get away with something. And in the traditional tarot we see a person with 7 swords, they've left 2 behind and they're carrying 5. And they sort of look like they're sneaking away from a camp, like they've stolen something. So it can be the theft of intellectual property. It can be the sneaking away from something rather than talking about what you're going to do. Sometimes it can be seen as many things around betrayal, but can also come through when it's sort of somebody ghosts you, for example. Whatever it is, the Seven of Swords is sort of a bit of a misinterpreted card in some ways. Because like I've seen it come up at times when people are trying to escape toxic relationships, for example. So I'm sort of a little bit on the side of the Seven of Swords. I don't see it as a bad card by any means. But then I don't see the Tower as a bad card either. In fact, I see the Tower as very positive. I feel like sometimes we refuse to make changes when we really should. And I feel like that's why the Tower is there. It's about us rebuilding. All right, and then just to top it off, I've just flipped the Seven of Swords out again, out of the deck, which is a bit of a strange thing. So something is going on here with that Seven of Swords. So it'll be interesting to see where it comes up in the reading or what it alludes to. Golly, I thought I had it again then. Okay, I have the Nine of Wands. You know, something about this reading, you know, doing the what's cracking reading, I've got a very strong sense that some people are looking at moving away from a situation that might be very toxic, that they've had trouble coming to terms with. The Nine of Wands sort of even supports that even further because this is the card of the wounded warrior. Now the Nine of Wands for me sort of makes me feel like people are repeating patterns with the 9. It's like you've done something over and over and over again, you're beaten up from it, you don't really want to face it anymore, but yet you're at the 9, which means you're going to have to face it once more to get to the 10 to finish it out. So it is sort of like completing a cycle, finishing a pattern, but you're going to keep at it because there's another phase that needs to go here. You can't stay in the Nine of Wands because you're avoiding the inevitable. So whatever this is, the universe is saying you can't stay here. You can't stay here. You have to move on. It's about you facing your fears to take that final step to complete the cycle. And that generally means if you're in a toxic relationship or toxic situation, or in a situation that's creating pain, harm, discomfort, whatever it is for you, there is a real pull here for you to move away from it. Universe saying you can't keep doing it. Okay, so I feel like for some of you here, because the Emperor for me represents often a divine masculine. Now, maybe what's happening here is you are repeating a pattern. Maybe, for example, you're chasing somebody. Maybe you're waiting for somebody. But whatever this is, it's causing you great distress. And that Seven of Swords energy says to me that you almost have to walk away from it here. You have to pick up your swords. You have to go. It's time to let it go. Whatever this is here, this person may be creating some sort of energy of a repeating behavior. So whatever this is, you need to let it go and move on. You could, oh my goodness gracious, look at that. Okay, there's definitely something here between two people that is creating an energy of repetitive pain. Repetitive behavior that is creating an energy of pain. The Emperor and the Empress represent the divine masculine, divine feminine here. I might just get into it a little deeper to find out. I do note that I've put the cards here like they've got backs to each other. So I feel like you're flogging a dead horse here. Is what the only thing I can say to you. You're flogging a dead horse. There is something here that obviously connects the two of you here without a doubt. But because I'm seeing this Nine of Wands, I'm feeling like somehow or another you have to let go at this point in time. Because it's causing you a lot of distress here. And the pattern needs to be released. So let's see where we're going with that. All right, yeah, see their change. Okay, that's really interesting. Because the Death card obviously come up in the What's Cracking reading. But it was a little bit of a different energy. But I feel like here that's what they're saying. There needs to be change in a situation here because it's creating pain for you. You need to complete this cycle, this Ten of Wands. And you know, I hear people all the time say, you know, I've got a divine masculine. I find it really hard to move away from this relationship. I find it hard to let it go. And I say to people, the first thing I ask them is, do you want to let it go? Because if you don't want to, you are never going to be able to. So you've got to be really sure about that. It's like any other addiction. If you think about giving something up, if you think about dieting, you think about if you're a smoker, if you've given up smoking, if you're still in the energy of I really enjoy this, or I really like this person, or I feel really comfortable with this, you're not going to give it up. So until you get into the energy of I really want to let this go, and you mean it to yourself, not to other people, because we all say to people, no, we're fine with it, we're okay, we're all right. But then in ourselves, we're like, don't really want to let this go. And I feel like here with the Death card, there is something coming here that's going to help you to let it go. All right, so let's have a look. We've got strong Cancer energy coming through. We have Aries energy, Libra, Taurus energy, Scorpio energy coming through here. But we have quite a lot of major arcanas. And now we have Cancer energy. So there may be some sort of situation here around you that you need to let go of in order to move forward. Now, I feel like saying to you here, we have this Three of Cups. You know, it's really funny because I always see it as something coming between two people. There is something here that is stopping something moving forward. So for some of you, it may be that this person's in another relationship. They may not want to walk away from this relationship because it's still coming between you and it's still creating pain here. And the universe is saying to you, you need to let it go now. You need to let it go. Because something here is repeating that pattern. All right, and then we have the Three of Pentacles. All right, this is really, really interesting reading. So the Three of Pentacles is about, for me, a soul contract. So whatever is happening to you here is part of what you've planned before you come to the planet. There is something that you need to learn from this experience. Now remember, you don't have control over other people. And if your person is not reciprocating or not wanting to come towards you, there is absolutely nothing you can do. And in reality, the universe is saying you need to move on. You need to move away. So the Three of Pentacles tells me there's a soul contract. The Two of Wands tells me you need to move in a new direction. And then we have this beautiful Prince of Pentacles, which sort of take action, move forward, let go, and have this brand new beginning with the Ace of Pentacles, which we saw in the What's Cracking reading. All right, let's see what's going on here. I feel like somehow or another it's very difficult for you to move forward. whoever I'm speaking to here, it is very difficult for you to move forward. But with that Prince of Pentacles, I feel like that life has become stagnant here. Because of this, you're holding back your blessings, like I always say. You're not manifesting here because you're stuck in the energy of holding on. And don't trick yourself by thinking you've moved on when you really haven't. Because sometimes we sort of have this energy of, I'm okay, I've done what I need to do, but inside we still feel the pain. So it's like giving yourself permission to let go of the pain. And I feel that's where the change is occurring. All right, so there we go. 5 of Pentacles energy coming through. So when you're in that energy of hanging on to something that is not developing, let's say, you keep yourself locked in a lack mentality. You keep yourself locked there. And this is what's blocking your energy at the moment. I see the chains here through these things and the cogs. So it's like everything's moving slowly because you're chained to something that is not coming to fruition, that you're not letting go of. Okay, let's get right into this. I feel like I have a lot of people I'm talking to here. All right, we have the 3 of Wands, the Princess of Pentacles with the 5 of Swords. I really feel here that the universe is going to help you out here. It's like here with this 3 of Wands that you're standing there waiting for something to happen. You're waiting for the next thing. And of course, while you're in the energy of waiting for the next thing, you're not living in the moment. But I see here the universe giving you some sort of sign or indication. I really like on her shield, she has the yin-yang symbols. So something needs to be brought into balance here. And I feel like with the 5 of Swords, it may be time to sort of pack up your lessons and move forward. Because somehow or another here, you're creating a lot of pain for yourself. And this sort of gives me the energy of like, put yourself first. You know, that's the card of winning at all costs. Put yourself first here. Because for some unknown reason, you've got yourself sort of stuck in a situation that is not serving you. It may even be causing you pain. Maybe for some of you that is even physical pain. All right, so you have the Wheel of Fortune. So I know that the universe is stepping in here with the Knight of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. This Knight of Pentacles is very much looking at the 8 of Swords too. So you've got yourself stuck in a victim mentality or an energy of lack. You're hanging on to something and lessening your own power or lessening. It's almost like you are not considering yourself. I want to just put some more cards down. All right, so I have the Prince of Swords with the 4 of Swords again and the Queen of Swords. There you go. So for me, the Queen of Swords is the card of cutting something out. So when I see the Queen of Swords, I think she's ready to do that. She's attained a status. She has a lot of self-respect. She's looking at things in a very logical way. For me, every time I see this card, I think of Alice in Wonderland and the Queen of Hearts with the off with his head. Sometimes it's really hard to let something go. And this may not be a person for you, but I feel like I'm speaking to a lot of people who are holding on to a situation that is not moving forward, but you're keeping yourself trapped waiting for something to change. And I feel like here the universe is saying to you, you need to move forward. You need to let it go because you could be standing in that spot forever. And if you're doing that, then you are holding yourself back for everything that you have on your path. And it almost feels to me like you need to get in there and sever something. Now, I know people say to me often, you know, it's about cutting the cords and things like that, which I think is a really good practice for you to understand how to separate yourself from something. But remember, if you don't want to do it, doing that is not going to bring you what you want. And that's why it's so hard for us to give up addictions, because we are creatures, human creatures. and we somehow don't want to let go of something because we feel if we let go of something, we have lost. We have lost the fight. The competition in us drives to win, whether you see it that way or not. So this is about you cutting something out, releasing something and letting something go. The Four of Swords has come out again. So I know this is a time for conserving your energy before you move forward. But something is being shown to you that you're going to have to. So I feel like the universe is sort of backing you up here, trying to help you move to the Ten of Wands energy. For some of you, it has to do with a person, without a doubt. But in order to move forward, you've got to make the choice to let something go. I do see the forward movement, but I also see these three sitting here, which means to me that there is something between two people that can't be removed at this point in time. Maybe your person's choosing to ignore it. Maybe there is something that physically is sitting between another person or a family. But this person is not releasing that at this time, regardless of the ties you have between you. The path is not being chosen. This person is moving very, very slowly and holding on to something here. You need to move on and grab this Ace of Pentacles. Two of Wands coming through again with the Three of Pentacles, so they're just repeating the energies. The Hierophant is here with the Queen of Pentacles. Wow, I'm really drawn to the elephant here. And the elephant always reminds me of this guy I knew years ago that used to say, you know, when you had something to do, he would say, go like the elephant, like charge like the elephant, just go through it all and do what you need to do. There is some sort of choice you've got to make here, and it's around some sort of soul contract. Now, I see the Queen of Pentacles and the Hierophant, and I feel like here that for some of you, this is very difficult to move away from something. You may have difficulty moving away from a marriage or a commitment here. But I feel like here, this is time for you to make that decision. Eight of Cups, walk away. You're walking away here. So maybe for some of you this is an addiction. For others of you this may be a person. But it's time. It's time to leave something behind. Alright, let's see what we've got in the Oracle cards here. I might read one from the this deck. The White Light Oracle. Let's see what goes on here. Wow, okay. I went to read that and I thought, no, I'm going to have a really good look so I can read it properly. The Shack to Pat of Seahorse, number 31. As you embrace your inner essence, you will be at peace with who you are, including your vulnerability, and no longer see the need to conform to social ideals which have no true resonance for your heart. You are encouraged to trust your intuitive recognition of which environments and relationships harmonize well with you, supporting your spiritual growth and well-being on all levels. You have the innate capacity to manifest. Relax and you shall attract all you need. I like that middle bit. You are encouraged to trust your intuitive recognition of which environments and relationships harmonize well with you, supporting your spiritual growth and well-being on all levels. So I really do feel that for some of you, this is about a relationship. It talks about the seahorse reflecting the supportive nature of the relationship between soul and spirit. Spirit will provide whatever support the soul requires to thrive. So I feel like here you're going to get some sort of communication, download, messages, whatever it is. It's going to help you to move forward. So maybe for many of you, you'll be seeking some sort of advice from your spirit guides. This is about being authentic to your true self. So whatever this is, let me just read this bit. When you are in your authenticity, much power and grace shall rally to support you. The world can seem unfriendly and unsupportive at times, but this oracle reassures you that as you honour who you are, you will naturally find friends and attract supportive assistance to obtain all you need to thrive. So I'm going to read you the little healing prayer here, which I think is beautiful. It says, I trust in the uniqueness, sacred beauty, higher purpose, and perfect inner potential that I am. I surrender into the unconditionally loving acceptance that Spirit has for me and heed the encouragement to be my true self. I do not need to adapt, compromise, or alter myself to be like anyone else. My true nature is divinely designed, and I seek to cast off ego concepts like tattered old clothes, standing peaceful, luminous, and unshackled in my own true nature. From that place of truth, I feel connected to my heart. I can easily attract all I desire from this place of authenticity and integrity. May all beings know such peace, comfort, and love. So I feel like this is very much about you being true to who you are. So I hope that resonates with you. Thank you. Have a great weekend.